Marco.
What's happening?
Well, tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Breeders' Cup. But before that, we've got some Hawthorne action. Turn the music down a little bit here. Where's it at? Here it is. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we have Dad's got a horse running here at Hawthorne. There's 2 racing days left. Well, today and Sunday. And he's in a 3-way tie for the leading owner in wins. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I'm going to go to the feed. We have 2 horses in here. Boom. There we go. I'll change the background. Yeah, so long time no see. Man, that drive up from Arkansas yesterday was terrible. 8 hours of monsoon rain. And it rained every day I was down there. So I brought my clubs down, no golf.
Yeah, and it's all sunshine today.
Is it? I heard it's like 70 out over there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's just tough luck right there.
Yep. So anyway, we've got Midnight Special in the 4-hole. We also have Neon Dion in the 1-hole. So we got 2 horses in this race. Now Midnight Special, as you know, is going to be 10 years old, had a little bit of an injury. He's doing okay. We took the plunge here down to a nickel. And Neon Dion is just a neat little horse. He's got 3 wins at the meet. He's 9-1 right now in the 1-hole. He's, I think he's better on dirt on the bottom as opposed to turf, but he did win a turf race here right off the bus. His other 2 wins were on the dirt. So there's Midnight Special picture there. And now there's the 9 kicking and bucking. But when I look at the race, there's not a lot of speed. You had a couple of key scratches on the outside. And then Vitali scratched, who I thought might have showed a little bit of speed, although that was route speed. The 2 outside horses are out. I'm guessing the 5, who has never run on turf before, is the pace, but I don't know if that one's going to hang around or not. So I wouldn't burn yourself up with it. It's 50-1. But I think Neon Dion should be used.
The 5 is one of the other owners that Dad's tied with.
Oh, that's right. J&N Thoroughbreds. And then who's the other guy? Ishmael?
Ishmael, yeah.
Yeah. So this horse here doesn't like to finish, but I don't know. It's got a 315 turf Tomlinson, if you believe in any of that. No siblings to note that ran on turf. So I know the broodmare, the sire of the broodmare, I want to say, no, I was thinking of a different horse, my bad. Yeah, I just don't know. But the Midnight Special of old would win this race easy, but I just don't know. Midnight looks great on the track. J-Love. So we'll see what happens here. And then we'll talk about some Breeders' Cup, stuff. I'm in a horse tourneys contest at Del Mar. We can watch some live racing there. I reached out to Texas Mike. He's there. Steve Lerma's out there. Of course, Dylan and Frank and Justin made the trek out there. Rich
selections, including late pick 4.
Rich is at the hospital.
You said the Inmans were out there too, right?
Huh? Oh yeah, the Inmans too. The Inmans too. Talked to Chris Inman. Yeah, he said him and his dad are out there, which is cool. But I just got too much crap going on, and I can't get out there. And I got an accepted offer in real estate today, which was cool.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And as you know, I'm trying to sell Pine Meadows.
Now they're at the starting gate for today's
All
All right.
right.
race. Horses
There's
moving on
Neon.
to the turf course to begin the loading.
So our silks are, if you look at the thumbnail, I'm wearing those silks, by the way.
Horses are entering the starting gate.
The Serbian Orthodox, the Serbian Orthodox cross, the Orthodox cross. Ravelli's got this one that's been running well down there and staying down there, and that was the 4-5 favorite. Midnight Specials 9-5, and Neon Dion 12-1. Everybody else is, the 3's taking a little bit of money, but pretty much everybody thinks this is a 2-horse race.
That's what it looks like.
Waiting for honest to goodness.
Let's see if Neon goes out of the gate
Now
here.
they're all in the gate. They're off. Between horses, Risky Boy out sharply for the lead. Zumbi came away well towards the inside. Midnight Special.
All right.
And on the outside, Midnight Blue Note. Neon Dion came away 5th. Devil's Red splitting horses 6th. Honest to goodness 7th. And
Risky
Sonic
Boy
Speed
did
is
get
8th.
out there.
Less than a half mile
As
to go.
expected.
They run into the far turn. Risky Boy, the leader. Zumbi tracking in second by 3.5, 4.
Not very quick.
And then on the inside, it's Risky Boy. And on the outside, Midnight Blue Note. Neon Dion got shuffled.
All right,
back
let's see
along
what
the
happens
rail.
here.
Devil's Red is next. Moving up is Sonic Speed, now trailing Honest to Goodness. Around the turn, they're in the stretch.
We'll get him,
Zumbi
Midnight.
up on the outside to take the lead away from
Come on.
Risky Boy. Now closing up, here comes Midnight Special.
Come on,
in
Midnight.
Third. Neon Dion starts the rally 4th. Sonic Speed between
Come on,
horses
Midnight.
5th. They're in deep
Not gonna
red.
get there.
Zumbi has the lead.
I don't. Oh, he
The
might.
outside Midnight Special closing. Zumbi Midnight Special
Not gonna get there.
2001 for Zumbi won.
Needed the
Then
race.
it was Midnight
Needed the
Special,
race,
followed
man.
by Sonic Speed.
Needed the race. Good effort off of
Where did
Neon.
Neon? Where did Neon Dion finish? It looked like
You know
he was
what? He
coming a
said he
little
was
bit.
in the race a little bit. Listen, honestly, man, I would have sent Neon Dion from the rail. I would have sent them a little harder out of there. I thought that was his only chance. The opening quarter wasn't quick, you know, and I would have muddied the waters up at the very least. He finished okay here. I don't know where. Yeah, he probably ran faster. He didn't do that. Yeah, I would have sent him from the rail. He might have got 5th or 4th, maybe. 5th.
In today's 8th race, 6 Zumbi finished
Good effort,
first, 4
though.
Midnight Special 2nd, 3 Sonic Speed 3rd.
Yeah, you know, he ranged up to that cheap
6, 4,
speed.
3, 9 is
What was the
unofficial.
half?
103.86 the running time.
The opening quarter was pretty slow. It was 22-3, maybe. Yeah, look, they went almost 46 seconds. 22-4 and 46. You were at a huge disadvantage there. What should have happened, we should have sent Neon Dion from the rail hard and get
that could have solved
inside
the
position. And that's what I kind of wanted. But, hey, who am I? I can only say what I want. They went 103 and 4. They finished good. Closed up good. Dang, almost got there.
Now returning as the
Well,
Official Horse Racing Limited Liability Corporation of Sylvia
I don't know.
of the day, and Jarrett Loveberry gets the winning ride. 8th race official, running time 103.86. Prices in a moment.
So Larry Ravelli's got 2,000. He got 2,000 wins earlier, and that's just 2001. There went my pick 5. I had a 114 pick 5, or pick 4, or pick 3, excuse me, for $50. I had a will pay. It was cheap. It was not a big will pay. All right. So there goes that.
All right.
That
What you got next?
Well, I'm going to go to we got 14 minutes. I think Lee has a horse running. Where's it at? Friday, Delmar. Yeah, J Love, can't be 6 lengths third on a 46 half. I'm in agreement with you, man. I thought he was a little bit too far out of it. And at the same time, when we have 2 horses in there, I don't know why we're dwaddling in the back with Neon Dion. He had no shot to outkick Midnight Special, 0. His only chance was to get up there, hopefully get the lead, and or at the very least muddy the waters. But if maybe they let him go. And J Love is not happy. I don't get how you're not upset with Santiago. You can't ask for I'm trying to keep my composure on here. Believe me, I'm not happy about it at all. Not happy about it at all. All right, Marco. I want to say I picked that horse here. Is it the 7? No, the 4. Oh, yeah, I had a trip note on this horse at Del Mar today, last August. And it's been running at the same level.
Better than gold.
Let me see. Is this the same race? Del Mar 7. Yeah, better than gold. That's where I landed. Ran against Blazingly 2 back or 3 back at Santa Anita. Pretty wide open race. And then Lee, I think, has one. Oh no, not better than gold, excuse me. That's tomorrow. I do like that one too, but let me go to today. I think Lee has one today. What race was that? I don't know. Maybe it already happened. Anyway, there's a stake here. It's called the Let It Ride, 100 grand. And I kind of like geometry on the cutback in this race. God, man, I don't understand what was going on with Neon Dion in that race. Now that I think about it. I mean, think about it. What are the tactics there, Marco?
I really didn't understand.
He was behind Midnight Special. You have no chance to outkick him from there. So you just ran in the race just to run in the race. I mean, I don't understand what was going on over there. Anyway. I'm texting.
Daddy, can you come inside? I want to watch Jurassic World Rebirth. Let's do it right now. 5 minutes. 5 seconds.
No.
All right, so Marco, anyway, I like geometry here in this next race. I have it picked in some online contests, and
Well,
it got soft going at 9 panels last time. 2 back, that was a little far. I like the cut back here on a firm surface. And those races were a little tougher. So 8 minutes to post there. We could talk about a quick Breeders' Cup race if we want to look at Friday. The Breeders' Cup Juvenile, Kentucky Derby hopefuls. You know, Baffert's got a few in here, but obviously you know who. Wait, that's not it. Where's it at? Juvenile. Here it is. They had the fillies up. So Brant is that $3 million colt. That's 2 for 2. That's stretching out a little bit. Ted Noffey is 3 for 3 for Pletcher with Johnny V. Can you make a scenario or a case for the Mullins runner out of the one hole? I mean, is this horse just not good enough? I mean, they're 2-year-olds. I mean, if you look at the race, obviously Baffert's got the 6, who's pretty damn fast itself. He's not going to butt heads with, Pratt's not going to go at Ortiz there and just butt heads and burn each other out around the whole track. So he's going to tell one of these guys to rate. Don't you think Brant is the most likely one to maybe sit off a little bit?
Probably.
Or would you send that one on the stretch out? It is stretching out.
Well, it really depends how far you can run at pace. If you're a Kentucky Derby hopeful, you should be able to hang on.
Well, you got to get your last quarter in under 24 seconds on your final prep. That's one of the biggest things. And Baffert's built for speed, and I guess my point I'm making, he's got the 6. He's only got 2 in there. He's only got 2. So he's got the 6 and obviously Brandt. So they're both very, very, very fast. Brandt is technically faster, so he's probably just going to send Brandt and rate with the 6, unless they want to try something different.
Which one?
Midnight Special.
So with the juvenile, looks like a 2-horse race. Unless you think the 1 has a shot and can improve, 5 lengths. I mean, 7's probably just going to go.
You broke up a little bit. What'd you say?
I broke up?
Yeah.
No,
What'd you say?
I was saying, Brandt, there's a lot of speed in here. Brandt's the fastest horse. And Baffert's got the 6 in here. So the 1 is going to have to improve by a lot of lengths, 5 lengths at least, just to hang or. And by the way, Brandt already beat that one like a drum. I don't know. Breeders' Cup Friday is just kind of like, you got the young horses. You just kind of get your feel for everything. Now, as far as the BCBC goes, I think you have to play a minimum amount of races. You have to play some races on Friday, so you can't just skip the whole card. You have to play X amount of bankroll. Anyway, that's going to be an interesting race. Brandt looked pretty dominant last time out. All right, this race here, Marco. I feel like Geometry at 7-2 here, cutting back, getting back over here to Delmar. Just makes a lot of sense. I just don't want to get the dreaded trip of death here. Let's pull up the race. They're getting ready to go in the gate soon.
March to September prior to that. So the feeling here, this horse is going to move forward yet again, and a deserved favorite at even money. Second choice is the 4 Geometry. You heard Caton watch this horse and feel confident not only in what she had handicapped, but what she's seen on the racetrack. 7-2. And then Christina's top selection, almost the second choice, but right now third choice at 4-1. That's the 7, Mescalero. Speaking of Hall of Famers, there's Hall of Fame trainer Dick Mandella, looking on as he sends out Mescalero in here. Let's go up to our track announcer, Larry
like this
Columbus, for the
Mescalero
call of our
horse.
feature on this Thursday.
Who?
It's the Let It Ride.
7.
Larry's having a
The 7 is who?
very good day.
Mescalero.
What about
I kind of like that one.
Okay, Richard Dreyfuss.
There's better odds, I
Horses
bet.
going into the starting gate here. Here's Mescalero.
Well, that horse is
taking
probably
the
going to be in the
outside
lead. There's
stall.
plenty of speed in
Lead
here,
the
though,
line.
man. That's why I think geometry
Step
cutting
forward.
back with all
Goes in.
speed's going to
And they're
be tough
all
to
in
beat
line.
here.
They're off in the Let It Ride. And it's Tempest Volant who goes out to the early lead, joined by Friendly Confines on the outside. The two of them will match strides early. And then it's Mescalero, Geometry, hiding in Honduras, and Bodhisattva toward the inside. Break of 3 lengths more back to the early trailer, Lyle the Crocodile.
What the hell is Johnny V doing? What are you doing? He's getting hip checked.
Taking charge here.
I mean, what do you that's just so retarded.
Taken back in second. Geometry's in a little bit tight there.
And let's just rush up there, 22, and you had a good spot.
Mescalero, who goes all the way
I
up
just
into
get
second.
aggravated.
After that, hiding in
The guy's a Hall of Fame
fifth,
rider,
5
and he
lengths
rides
off
like
the
a bug
lead.
boy.
Bodhisattva, Lyle the Crocodile next, 22.65, that opening quarter mile. They're moving swiftly up the backstretch. Flavian Pratt and Friendly Confines
God,
on
that's
top
so
by a
bad.
length and a half. Mescalero on the outside, second. Tempest Volant third toward the rail. Geometry is fourth to the outside. And behind them comes hiding in Honduras.
Unbelievable. God.
Zaffa's got 6 to make up after a 46.38 half. Lyle the Crocodile has been last so far. Friendly Confines scampers round the far turn with a length lead. Mescalero to the outside.
The horse
second.
has anything.
Tempest Volant in behind horses, waiting for a running room in third as they come to the top of the stretch. Geometry swings up on the outside. Lyle the Crocodile has been
Geometry's
unleashed
done.
too, with a lot of ground to make up. And
Unbelievable.
He's closing well.
That was really bad by
It's
Johnny
Friendly
V.
Confines,
Really bad.
Tempest Volant, Lyle the Crocodile's running out of time. Tempest Volant, Friendly Confines, Lyle the Crocodile.
10-1.
Tempest Volant's got it. Tempest Volant
Oh,
in the Let It
gosh.
Ride. And then Friendly Confines in a photo with Lyle the Crocodile hiding in Honduras fourth.
That horse had a nice work on
Mirko
the
DeMuro
synthetic.
aboard Tempest Volant pulls off an upset here.
That horse had a real nice drill in the synthetic there on the inner track, and Dylan loves that. He loves training on that. And the horse has been training steadily on that. I tell you, I don't know what Johnny V was doing on the 4.
The Keeneland graduate comes home on top, second victory now.
That was pretty pathetic.
His career starts, and that's his first stakes victory.
A day that started with an 18-1 shot has sprinkled in more prices throughout this card. The Let It Ride Stakes going to the 10-1 shot Tempest Volant, and as you said, Christina, was always traveling here. Mirko DeMuro sitting in the pocket, turning for home, and just waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah, and he really only had one horse to kind of circle around, and plenty of room there as the early pace was taking its toll on the 7. He starts to back up at this stage.
I mean, the 2 was relaxed, sat in the pocket, got first run, held off the 5.
Not sure if we ever got it, but he had enough momentum to go by Friendly.
The 4 just, I don't know if it got the wind knocked out of him or what. And just, I think it ran dead last.
But I think it's produced a little too late sometimes. You need to get this horse going. You need to get him into the race. As I mentioned, when the race starts really kind of turning up a notch as far as pace goes here at Del Mar, you do want to be within striking distance. He was a little too far back. He checks in second across the wire at even money.
The 50-cent pick 3 here.
All right.
2 Tempest Volant will return $113.80. That'll give you an idea of the degree of difficulty so far in this late pick 5 with 2 races.
Did you get a chance to look at that juvenile then on Friday or no?
Pick 6 that would ultimately carry over to Sunday when the big Crosby season resumes.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Baffert just wins with Brent.
But post
probably. The horse does look pretty damn fast. Good. It does. It looks like the 6 or the 8, or the 7 and the 8.
The 8. Oh yeah, the 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless someone-
Brent.
What's up, you know?
Brent's as fast as hell. I think Brent. You know what? Speed of the speed. that horse is just going to go. These other, I mean, it's a good little field. I don't know. I just, give me the one for the juvenile. I'm just going to hope. I've seen weird things. You're going 2 turns. The 8 has to ship from out east. Let me watch a replay of.
Why not?
Intrepido from that last race. It looks like we had a little bit of a trouble trip and still we're in the 1 hole.
We're in the gate. And they're off in the American Pharaoh, presented by DK Horse, and Christofferson goes straight to the front. Desert Gate has speed, though, and those two hook up right away with Intrepido in between those two. Civil Liberty broke very well, but settles down in 4th on the outside of Plutarch, and Balboa's at the back of the field. So Desert Gate hugs the rail and goes on to lead by a length and a half. Christofferson is in 2nd, followed by Intrepido along the inside, and Civil Liberty is 4th to lead. Plutarch in a tad tight down at the rail, backs off now, 5th and 4 lengths off them and 4 clear of Balboa. They swing on to the backstretch. Desert Gate and Christofferson, the 2 favorites, heads apart as they head toward the half-mile pole in the American Pharaoh Stakes presented by DK Horse. In behind them, Intrepido is sharing 3rd with Civil Liberty. Plutarch gets some breathing room and takes advantage of it. Plutarch all the way up to take 3rd. It's a pretty big gap to Balboa, who has trailed throughout. Desert Gate comes to the 3/8 pole, leading by a half length over Christofferson in 2nd. Intrepido, Plutarch along the inside, Civil Liberty, and Balboa's gotten closer now. 5 lengths covers the field as Christofferson puts his head in front with a 1/4 of a mile to go.
A little tight there.
Right back for
little
more.
tight.
Desert Gate, Christofferson. Desert Gate has the lead at the top of the stretch. Is has to finish the job.
Yeah. Juan Hernandez tight. All right, now we got clear sailing.
Up 2 with 1 furlong to go. Here's Plutarch along the inside, trying to challenge him in 2nd. Intrepido running a good race, 16th pole. It's Desert Gate. Plutarch on the inside hugs the rail and just keeps coming at him. Plutarch on the outside. Intrepido erupts, and Intrepido and Hector Berrios took off the final 16th to win the American Pharaoh, presented by DK Horse over Plutarch and Desert Gate.
It's a nice effort. He looks like one that can finish up underneath. Man, but to beat Brandt, that's going to be a tough ask. You know what I mean? He just feels like one that can clunk up into the exacta or the try. But I think after looking at this, I think Bob is going to try something different with the 6, and he's just going to send the 7. You're not going to take that out of his game. And Pratt is on the outside of the 6. So... and he's just going to go. I don't know what these other ones are going to do. You have O'Neill in there. Comport. Yeah, Brent's going. Probably gate to wire. And then Ted Duffy, that one, it's not as fast. That one's going to be a lot further out than normally. The California speed out here, instead of this horse being a length out, a head, a half, it's going to be probably 4 out of it, 5. Three for sure early, about a half-mile pole. I don't see this horse being within 3 lengths unless they engage early and make it a match race.
I don't think that's going to be good if you're that far out for Ted Duffy.
I know. So they just take it to they just like bang heads from the start all the way around. Maybe you're that much better than the rest of the field.
That'd be nice if they did.
All right. Well, look, 7 wins. I think I'm not going out on a limb, and then I think the 1 outruns its odds. It did have a trouble trip there, but it's going to have to run a lot faster. Maybe if things get weird at the 16th pole where everybody's kind of backing up, that one can do something, but there's separate owner interests with the 6 and the 7 as well. But, you know, Bob's going to give the instructions. It's a text here. Everybody's not too happy about the rides in that Hawthorne race. All right. Well, anyway, the rest of the card, you know, whatever. You got the turf races. There's all these Euros coming over here, and they're young. I just don't like to go crazy on Breeders' Cup Friday. I watched the Juvenile pretty much and pack it in. I don't know how you feel about it. If you're in the tournament, you have to play X amount of races, X amount of bankroll. So, all right, let's see what I got here. What are you laughing about?
These texts.
Yeah.
It's all fun stuff.
Yeah. I know.
Well, where are you going next?
All right. Well, we could talk about. I have. We got 16 minutes to the next race at Del Mar, but let's go to Saturday, Breeders' Cup. A race that I know that. Let's go to race 7. Let's go to race 6, the sprint. Well, 6 panels. So as you know, Lee has Lovesick Blues, who won the Bing Crosby and is now eligible for the sprint. As you know, Dad has horses with Dino's Dixies has flown out there. By the way, it's in Lee's barn, and we have another filly in Lee's barn. As much as I like Lovesick Blues, he'll have to put his running shoes on. Now he has run well at Del Mar.
It's been already past 4 minutes. Time to come in.
Okay.
Come inside in 5 seconds.
Wow, Patriot Spirit is in there for the Campbells. Yeah. I mean, for a sprint race, it doesn't look that fast. You know what I'm saying? You got some speed on the outside. The 13 is pretty quick early. Looks a little overmatched from Canterbury and Parks. Straight No Chaser is very, very fast. So you got a little bit of speed out there. But what are your thoughts on Banishing?
Well,
Banishing,
I like the horse.
Banishing, we know this horse from Oaklawn, obviously. And Banishing was a really good sprinter last year at the meet. And they just stretched him out, and that's where the big money is. And he was winning. He won the Oaklawn Mile, ran well in the Oaklawn Handicap, just missed in the grade 1 over there at Churchill, in which, that was actually a cutback to 7 panels, which I bet him heavily that day against Mindframe. Mindframe is going to be heavily backed in the Classic, but, this horse can sprint. And if you look at its one-turn races, let's filter this a little bit. Whoop. Where'd I go? There we go. Customize. Let's go today's distance. No, not today's distance. Hold on, my bad. I want to go. Sprint.
Sprint. Yeah, sprint.
All right, so if you look at the sprint, this horse sprinting lost by a neck in a race it should have won at Churchill in the grade 1, Churchill Downs. And it lost by a head in the slop. So both those were slop losses by a head and a neck. Otherwise, it won every race sprinting. And it wasn't slow. It got some big numbers. The Oaklawn races are very strong sprinting. Beat the hell out of Tejano Twist. And then it's crushed Osborne and Wendelson, who's pretty good, by 7. Just cruising. So I want to show you this race. It's just, this horse is 15-1. And there's no way
to the outside post.
We're number 5 here.
We're ready to go. And we're off in the Byerly Turk Stakes. Booth gets the first call of the race.
By the way, Booth was fast as hell last year.
These two match their motors down the back stretch. Wendelson runs in the 3rd position. Of a Revolution finds himself in the 2-path, and Osborne's inside of him, 2 off the pace, gap of another 2 to Gold Luck, who's the trailer. A pretty compact group of a half dozen hits the half-mile pole, and there is a good battle on the front end. Booth finds himself between horses. Banishing, the favorite, holds the inside spot, and a deep Wendelson gets a breather around the far turn. He's moving nicely. Wendelson catching the eye nicely.
I like Wendelson.
As they round the far turn, and he's coming looking for the lead now. Banishing sticking to him. Booth between them, now dropping back, and Banishing just let it out a notch as he opened up a length on Wendelson. Booth has retreated to 3rd while under pressure. Then Osborne, who cuts the corner. The others are well out of it. They're down the stretch. Banishing in front. Wendelson a little bit green right behind this leader. Banishing, who kicks away. Banishing with a nice kick. Opened up 3 about with a 16th to go. Now it's 5. And Banishing, here is America's newest stakes winner. It's Banishing all the way. And Banishing in a big effort. Wendelson second
awesome.
with Osborne. Those 2 in the photo. Booth was 4th, then Gold Luck in Of a
And
Revolution.
Booth for Asmussen was pretty damn fast. Won a lot of races after that. Wendelson's won a lot of sprints. Point being, this horse has run a lot of 2-turn races and run well. And I was always wondering, can this horse stretch out and stretch back out and win these races? Because before the sprint races, it did run 2 turns and it was just okay, The horse has just gotten overall better, but it's always been a good sprinter. And it's going to be a bomb in here. There's nothing that really freaks you out. There's no, I don't see re-raise in here. I don't see Squirtle Squirt. What's the other good one back in the day? The one that you like?
Whitmore?
The other, who? Whitmore. Yeah, there's no Whitmore. Anyway, point being, I think Banishing at 15-1 is a very good value pick, a good value play. I'm going to be playing Banishing on horizontals and Berts. I'll have a win bet.
I might have to bet this horse too. The price
Oh,
is right.
just don't. Well, the price is going to be right. And then you know what? I'll throw Lovesick Blue. Look, Lovesick Blues. You know, likes this track. That last race was pretty eye popping. Lee's got this thing running well. I saw a replay of the hill going down the hill race there. Horse was dead last after they crossed the dirt and then made a huge move and just missed. It was a prep. Going turf to dirt. Lee's got this horse, this 7-year-old, running in unbelievable form. And if you remember, Lamplighter Jack beat this horse at a mile at Santa Anita 3 years ago. But I guess if you're looking at the speed, whoops. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess you have to go with the 10. But the 10 doesn't get the lead. I don't know. You got the cheap speed with Luis Saez out there, the Canterbury Invader. It won the Gallant Bob at 23-1. So that one's has no shot to win unless it wires. And I would think that you got a good pilot. I mean, you get Saez. So that one's going to go. But I don't know. If I look at this race, I'm not like, holy cow, this horse is unbeatable type of thing, you know. So I thought that was.
I like it.
Oh, Banishing. Yeah, Banishing. I think that's one that we have to key on here. You like it too?
I do. You sold me.
All right, there it is. Breeders' Cup Sprint, number 2, Banishing. Me and Marco are both on board. I don't know who else is talking about this horse. I haven't paid attention, but you lose to Mind Frame by a neck. And by the way, talk about a troubled trip. I don't feel like pulling it up because it's Churchill and I have to go to the advanced wagering site and pull it up. But that was a nightmare. I picked them that day on Coffee with Dew. And that was a nightmarish trip, and it lost by a neck to Mind Frame. It beat Booth by a nose 3 races ago at Ellis Park. And Booth was in good form. I don't know what happened, why he's not in here. Let me pull this up. All right, yeah, that was his last race. He might have got hurt. But after Banishing beat his ass, he came back with a 105, 107 buyer speed figure, won the Whitmore, also won the Count Fleet easy, won the Maryland Sprint at Pimlico, and then something went awry at Churchill, and then it got beat by a nose by Banishing in the race at Ellis, and we haven't seen it since then. But that's a pretty good runner. All right. What do we got here? Hey, the Model Man. Good to see you guys back in action. Thanks, Model Man. All right. What happened to... All right, we got 5 minutes to race 8 at Del Mar. Let's go take a peek at that. It's a maiden special weight.
Oh man, you got a lot of firsters in here.
I don't know what happened to DeCaspers. He might have got sidetracked. Rich just threw up an advance of any losing photo I may suffer this weekend. Oh boy. Yeah, he's at the hospital puking his brains out. Oh. All right, so this race here, what is this? Made special. These are 2-year-old state breds. These are Calbreds. The 3 has been working up a storm. Worked out of the gate 3 back, 47 flat. Comes back with a bullet. Oh, I got to get that later. Rocky Colavito. That's a baseball player. That thing's been working good too. So, you just can't go off works. Anybody taking money? I guess you could say the 11 is taking money. Nothing spectacular. Has a lot of starts, so you have a foundation. It's going turf to dirt. It looks like one that might be able to pick up some pieces if things get weird. The 10 has been running 4.5 and 1,000 yards. The 9 is, I think I picked the 9. Let me look. No, I didn't. I picked the 7 for some reason. I think it was just because it had speed, it had a foundation. Oh, this is Lee's horse. Yeah, he said he liked it. It's a horse that's got 5 starts. It just missed last time. He took the hood off of it, and he said it's the horse kind of like paid it, just responded well with it. It ran good without the hood in its debut. The 2 races with the hood weren't good. And it's the one that's got the big foundation. A lot of these horses could be better, the firsters, in the future. But today, the 7 might be better. So that's where I'm going. So Tommy Norris. $5-1, I'll take. All right, let's get over there.
Ribbons. He's got the 10 resolved. You also have Jonathan Thomas with a big chance in there. Your husband has the 2, the Miz and Queen. That's a great race.
It is a very good race coming up in the next, and I think you need a little bit of coverage in race number 9. I would definitely throw the Miz and Queen on those tickets.
Field moving into line for race number 8 at Del Mar. Let's go up to the voice of 2/3 of the Triple Crown and all of the Breeders' Cup, and the voice of Del Mar year-round, Larry Colmus.
All right, I would expect the 7 to be prominent early.
Reach the starting gate.
All right, I'm going with the 6.
You're going with the 6, okay?
To the inside stall.
Yeah, the 6 makes
Joker
sense.
Went wild to start the ride
With that work tab and everything else, and Brian
Tommy
Corner
Norris.
is he's 11%. I don't know about the jock.
Low tox.
Herrera.
Moving in
Not
with
a
Just
big
hang
Herrera
on.
guy.
Fucking hang on.
All right, let's see if Lee can get this. These 2-year-olds, I mean,
Moses, the next one.
a lot of times when you got that
Breaking through the
foundation.
gate here is Tommy Norris. Tommy Norris has gone through the gate. David Cohen staying aboard and pulling up this runner right away. So they'll bring Tommy Norris back behind the gate.
That was your horse.
Yeah, I heard that. How bad was it?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
It's not good.
I just don't like all this shit right here. They're fucking with them, and
Yeah.
you don't want to go. Yeah.
Well, Rocky Calavito going in.
Rocky Calavito. Was he a catcher?
Eye of the Smiley.
A long time ago.
I don't know.
Now the rider off of Start the Ride.
These 2-year-olds are always nuts.
Oh, they are.
Mystic Moses is in with Mesa Verde stepping up. There's Eye of the Smiley going in. Two left to load now. Tommy Norris to reload and another bullet to the outside stall. Waiting for Tommy Norris to go back into the starting gate.
Come on, Tommy. I don't like the way this horse is acting up.
Now the rider is off of that runner.
Oh, Jesus. Should I cancel my bet?
Well,
Looks like we'll have a delay here.
What happened, Doc?
I think they're going to scratch him.
Okay, the safety protocols that are in place all across the country. We see in our sport of thoroughbred racing here in California. This is part of the process.
Ladies and gentlemen, please note we have a late scratch in this race. Scratch number 7, Tommy Norris.
Scratch
Number 7,
Tommy Norris. All right.
Is a late scratch here from race 8.
Well, I won't be playing this. All right, so he's out.
And those protocols here in California have led to the late
I think the
scratch of
9
7, Tommy Norris. We have an attending veterinarian
Hold
that
on
is
here.
watching this field throughout the warm-up process. We saw Tommy Norris break through the starting gate, so obviously this horse got a look behind the starting gate, and it was determined could not go.
Yeah, as far as those protocols go, the attending.
Hold on, Marco. Let me I'm gonna play the 9 horse. They're taking that horse off the course. There's plenty of time.
In conversation there with Juan Hernandez, who is aboard Rocky Calavito. The 2 Start the Ride for Armando Ayuso up on the board at 19-1. Rocky Calavito, on the other hand, first-time starter by Halliday, up on the board at 5-1. A reminder of what this means with the late scratch of the 7 Tommy Norris. If you had that horse in the late pick 4, late pick 5, or the pick 6, and you did not have an alternate situation, however you're wagering on this, you will get the post-time favorite. Now that's interesting, Christina, because we got 2 horses, either of whom could be our favorite at post-time. The 3 low talks, that first-time starter's taking so much play, and the 11, Another Bullet, who right now slightly a little bit more money at 5-2, but it is going to come down to that last churn between the 3 low talks and the 11, Another Bullet.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated once they.
Well, I don't know how you don't like the 9 a little bit.
As our actual post-time favorite in here, but
I do like the 9 a little bit.
If you're looking to the horse that had experience,
It's
he was the one
nuts
that opened
off. That's the
up
Carl
as our
Broberg nuts
favorite
off
in here.
angle.
And then I think with the kind of added
And you're
discussion,
moving from
talking
turf
about
to
the
dirt.
pedigree here with Vacoma and
You were
Low Tox have
fast
consistently
in
taken
the
some
summer.
money throughout the wagering. As of right now, it's
Early.
still the 11 that is our current favorite.
If you're live in a rolling double to our late scratch, the 7 Tommy Norris consolation payoff. If you're live
So,
in
I don't
the
know. That's where I
3
went.
to the 7 Tommy
Unless you got a
Norris late
foundation.
scratch here, consolation payoff. All vertical wagers, win, play, show, and then combinations in the exotics with Tommy Norris. The exacta, the Quinella, trifecta, and superfecta shall be refunded. Okay, we had loaded some horses in, and now we're backing out.
They'd already adjusted the numbers at the top of the gate
What
as
the hell
far
are
as
they doing?
removing the 7 horse, but we might have another change coming here. Just waiting as they take a look at all these runners.
Okay, we are receiving word late scratch of the 2. You can see they've just replaced the number now, but the 2 start the ride. The first time starter we were talking about is out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an additional scratch in this race. In race 8, scratch number 2, start the ride. Number 2, start the ride, is also scratched here from race number 8.
Okay, so we don't know the exact reason for that, other than, as we said, the safety protocols in place are working here under these circumstances. It certainly did not seem it was related to what happened with the 7 Tommy Norris, a separate incident. You can see Armando Ayuso in the background walking out of the way now.
He was on the ground, Armando Ayuso was, when we were kind of going through this loading process. When the 7 originally broke through the starting gate, the next thing we heard was that the 2, the jockey, Armando Ayuso, was on the ground. So he might have been tossed out the back of the gate. There could have been something that we didn't see that happened in post position 2. But either way, nice to see that these horses will have the opportunity to be thoroughly looked over and then have an opportunity to come back and compete again next time the condition comes up.
The health and well-being of our equine athletes and the men and women who ride them always of paramount importance in our sport of thoroughbred racing, and you're seeing those safety protocols work here. It has led to 2 late scratches. The field is now attempting to reload. Let's try and go up once again to track announcer Larry Cole.
All right, let's see if this 9 can wake up today. A lot of times when these horses get gelded, these young ones, they wake up.
Up to the starting gate.
And it's fast anyway.
Just a couple left now behind the gate. Mesa Verde going in. And another bullet will be the last one. They're all in line. Another bullet's backed out.
Jesus.
Goes in again. Ready for the start. They're off.
A 9 got out beautiful.
And it's Mystic Moses who had the best beginning.
Beautiful.
Another bullet on the outside, away well. 2 links back to
I got late money on it.
Smiley, who came out running in 3rd. Joker went wild 4th. Rocky Calavito 5th on the inside. Lotox was a step slow out of the gates, moved up into mid-pack, and then Mesa Verde to the outside of Kiki Ride. Cabal is at the back of the field as they head up the backstretch. Mystic Moses and another bullet, a neck apart, racing for the far turn through a 22.05 opening quarter mile. Joker went wild as 2.5 lengths off of them, running in 3rd position. Eye of the Smiley is 4th on the inside.
Damn, they're really pumping. Jesus, the 11's breathing down his neck.
4 lengths more to Kiki Ride. Mesa Verde is next, and then comes Cabal. Make their way to the top of the stretch. Another bullet on the outside of Mystic Moses.
I think the 11 got the better
It's another bullet now who's in charge and opens up by a length and a half. Back into second is Mystic Moses toward the inside.
Come back and get him.
Joker went wild, and Eye of the Smiley. Mirko de Moro's going to win another here with another bullet.
Well,
another bullet coming down to the wire, a 3-length win over Mystic Moses. And then it was Joker went wild, and Eye of the Smiley.
Shit, that 11,
the 11
that guy won 2 races in a row.
Well, we talked about another bullet's ability to finish. So once this horse broke with the leader, I don't know, the outcome was kind of a foregone conclusion.
Easy for him in the end. Once he got out of the starting gate, established a good early position. Conversely, the 3 was slow away from the gate, which is understandable with all of those delays for these young horses not to be ready to come out of the gate, you know, at that first jump. But the progression continued for another bullet. He was your post-time favorite at 2-1. So if you had either of those horses that scratched in any multi-race wagers, you did end up on the winner here.
Well, shit.
Posted on the board 11.965.
Well,
you can
shit.
see as they get to the top of the stretch, Armando Aguilar is all over Mystic Moses. Meanwhile, Mirko de Moro could not be sitting in a better position aboard another bullet. And Mirko is an internationally acclaimed rider who spent a lot of time in Japan. And he'll be renewing a lot of those relationships and seeing a lot of people here over this Breeders' Cup weekend. But he is now calling Southern California home, and it seems like he's hitting his stride here.
Great to see him with a couple of wins on this Thursday to begin not only Breeders' Cup weekend, but also to begin.
All right. Let's take a look at another Breeders' Cup race. We looked at the sprint. We like Banishing. I wanted to look at the Breeders' Cup Mile. Hold on, let me hit the filters here. We looked at the sprint. Let's look at the turf sprint. Five furlongs at Del Mar. I haven't checked any workout reports or anything. I don't know what's going on with this 3-horse Arizona Blaze. But I was looking at this one here. Bring the Bad Home, 12-1, Mark Hasse. Only because it looks like it's got good gate speed in a race that surprisingly doesn't look that fast. I don't know. You know, these horses that are running on the straights in Europe, I just don't know how good they're going to be out of the gate. It says here, held up, prominent but held up, tracked. That's not going to get it done over in America as far as getting the front. And I don't see any left-hand or right-hand races. They're just all straights. Ag Bullet. How do we get these filters off? Oh. Yeah. Ag Bullet's quick. Neat horse. The 11's another one that's been running on the straights. The 12 has gone left hand, and it won a 17-horse field in Japan. So these Japanese horses are very sneaky, and they got a good breeding program now. And just like Otani coming over here and dominating, they're starting to win a lot of races across the world. So mostly right-hand races, but that last race was left, and it won. I don't know. I'm apt to throw that one in underneath. I'd throw that one in. I'm gonna look at the workout reports. I don't think there's gonna be much with that one though. I wonder when that one came here. It does have a drill on the 28th. Wasn't fast. It, you know. But I thought the 5 was interesting in here for Mark Hasse. It was the 1-2 favorite, veered at the break and packed it in. But he's bringing it here. And look, if that horse isn't doing well, that horse ain't coming here. And it just worked really nice. before it took the plane ride over. So for me, number 5, Bring the Bad Home. I was looking at this race, or Bring the Band. I'm saying bad. Bring the Band Home. I was looking at this race for like half an hour last night, and I settled on it once. I'm like, you know what? Mark's bringing it over. This horse is ready. He probably made his decision shortly after that work. You have any thoughts?
I'm looking at the 10.
Interesting. Okay. Wow. All right, Kentucky Downs. Big money out there. I'm willing to throw the Ascot work or the race out. It was a young, I mean, this is a 3-year-old filly.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to tell you, there's another 3-year-old filly running. I'm going to try, I'm going to beat it with somebody else, but
Fuck.
This one has never run against older. All 3-year-olds. It's 6-1. It likes to, you throw the race out at Ascot. It looks pretty good.
The age is a little concerned, but shit.
Okay, so how do you say that? She's so spicy?
Yeah, she's so spicy.
Okay. Well, I guess I can't blame you for liking it. It likes to win. Okay, so you got She's So Spicy. I want to turn our attention to the mile-and-a-half Breeders' Cup Turf. $5 million. Now, this is a race where the Euros have dominated historically. You do have the defending champion in here, Rebels Romance. I believe he's the defending champion. Yeah. Who I think is going to win again, by the way. But look at this filly. Mini Hawk. 3-year-old filly, Marco.
Pretty damn nice.
Ran against older in the Arc, of course. Lost by a head. I watched a replay of that on YouTube. It kind of took the lead early, and then it couldn't fight off the winner. But, you know, you got to travel stateside for the first time. Here's our old pal, Gold Phoenix. But I think this race is all about Rebels Romance again. Has shown the ability to win here on a firm turf course going 12 furlongs, defending champion. A nice prep race. '21-time winner, $15 million in earnings. Now, DeTore is riding the 6. The 3-year-old. I don't know what to make of that, other than the fact that Buick. Oh, okay. He rode because Buick wasn't available. That makes sense. Okay. He wasn't available for New York that day. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think Rebels Romance is nothing exciting, 5-2, but I'm going to single that horse everywhere. So I'll land on, I guess, the chalk there. Did you fancy anything? The 3 looks like an up-and-comer. The 3 is one that won at 12 furlongs. That last race was 1 mile and 3/4. Ran second. You know, it got the lead and it got headed. So, and that was pretty good time, good race. And second off the small layoff, and boom, you might pop here. That's the only, and it's the now, like it's the one that can improve a lot. We already know what the 3-year-old filly is. That's pretty insane what it's been doing. That's 8-5 favorite. I'd try and beat her at those odds. I would rather pick the 3 than Mini Hawk at 10-1. But I think Rebels Romance is the winner.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Let's watch a replay of the prep. I'm gonna watch a replay of the prep real quick here.
Go Hirsch, Turf Classic. All set.
Let's catch it halfway through here.
At Far Bridge. Far Bridge saving ground, gets over to the rail, and it's 49.26 for a half-mile time. Rebel Red, still the trailer. Rebels Romance made that mid-race move, 113.75 for 3/4 of a mile, and Rebels Romance is the target. Rebels Romance redistricting, switches to the outside, was the early leader, back to second, within a length of the lead. Here comes Far Bridge. Ground-saving journey wants to go, is at the rail, and Rosario is letting Far Bridge get a little more rain now as he moves in closer to the leader. Rebels Romance, still El Cordobés to the outside in fourth, and Rebel Red will have to pass them all in the Grade 1. Joe Hirsch, Turf Classic, and Frankie DeTore donning the Godolphin Blue is in front, and Rebels Romance will start the sprint for home. Redistricting is back within half length of the leader. Far Bridge is a presence towards the inside, just waiting for the cue. El Cordobés is called upon for the effort. Rebel Red is about to cut loose from the back end of the field. Rebels Romance is now sprinting for home. Rebels Romance is trying to opening up and just is doing that. It's Rebels Romance who's clear. El Cordobés redistricting Far Bridge. But look at Rebels Romance just opening up on this grade 1 field. Has a 16th left to go. No doubt it's going to be Rebels Romance dominant in the grade 1 Joe Hurst Turf Classic.
That's a grade 1. That's a globe-trotting grade 1 winner right there.
Bridge. 2 minutes, 25.72. Give it to Rebels Romance.
So, look, if you're looking for a price, the 3, but Rebels Romance, I'm gonna take him over the 3-year-old filly every day and Sunday. All right, what do we got here? Four minutes to the next at Del Mar. All right, last race of the day at Del Mar. We're going a mile. Optional claiming A other than. Lost you, Marco. There you are.
Yeah, I lost my connection.
Yeah, so I saw a replay. So anyway, I think the Rebels Romance is going to be. I'm insured a good price with the 3-year-old filly in there, and that's where I'm landing.
I'll take the Tory at 20-1.
Okay. All right. Duly noted. All right, I'm looking at the last at Del Mar here. 4 minutes to post. It's a mile, A other than optional claiming for 3-year-olds. And I thought Ribbons had a really good shot to wire from the rail. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it.
I'm going to pull it up right now.
Yeah. So that's where I landed there. Last time got caught a little wide. Was wide throughout. Broke out of the 8-hole. They went quick. The races here at Del Mar were a lot better as opposed to that race at Santa Anita. So from there, I would hope that this hot jock who's won 2 in a row can just get the lead and get a hat trick here. A late pick 3. It's getting bet a little bit. 5-1 morning line down to 3-1. Bobby Jackson. Steve, good to see you, man. Good to hear from you. Thanks for joining in. All right.
I'll be taking the 3 here.
All right, so you like Ambaya for Jonathan Thomas. We're second off a layoff, getting away from 9 panels on soft turf at Delaware. You're back on Lasix from Stakes Company. The first 2 races were pretty good. As a younger, you should be a more mature 3-year-old now. I get it. I like it. I'll throw it underneath. It's a slight overlay. Flavion Pratt's a little bit cold on the board with the 5. And the 4 is a little bit cold, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 3, 4 underneath. I think the 1's going to wire.
Yeah, there's no speed here, but
the 2 returning $14,403, 2 winning tickets to 3 Ambia, $14,403, and then a single winning ticket to the 10 Resolve. Anything outside of the 2, 3, and 10, and then on Sunday, after 2 days of Breeders' Cup Championship racing here at Del Mar, the Bing Crosby season will have a carryover in the pick 6. Live look at the field, turning and making their way towards the starting gate. Look at that odds board. With the exception of the 8 and the 9, you can throw a pari-mutuel blanket over them. 3-1 to 9-1 covers 8 of the 10 horses in this field.
Great get out race here, and you talked about, you know, all the value that you have coming up in the next couple of days as well. All of those percentages up with big pools, with horses that all deserve to be in the Breeders' Cup races. You're going to get prices on these horses that you won't catch any other day of the year.
Looking forward to it. But before we turn,
We'll talk about the Classic after this race, Marco, and
Breeders' Cup at Del Mar. It's the conclusion to
Yeah.
the Thursday card.
then I'll watch
Yeah,
football.
it's
Live for race number 9. Here's the voice of
All right, let's see if this 1 can
Larry Comas.
wire for me. You like the
Field moving
3.
into line for the 9th race. Ribbons and the Mizzen Queen are in. Cat the Confidant and Lila. And Bea. A little lady into the gate. Take another card is in. Polythene Pam, the next one.
all right, let's roll.
Tigerish is second last. And Resolve to the outside stall.
All right, buddy, get this 1 out of the gate.
Daddy, come in.
After this race,
And Bea hopped in the air at the start, is out last. Ribbons on the inside, out for the lead. Tigerish right to the outside of her. The Mizzen Queen tucks in behind them. And then Polythene
Fucking kidding me?
Pam, followed by Mbea, who's moved up into the middle of the pack after hopping at the break. Then comes Take Another Card and Hey Little Lady, who's 3 wide into the turn. 2 lengths ahead of Lila, who saves ground, third last early on. The 2 trailers are Resolve and Cat the Confidant. On to the backstretch they go with Ribbons. Mirko Demora on top through a 23.35 opening quarter.
No excuse.
They're in front by 2 to Tigerish, who's running in second position. The Mizzen Queen is third, right in behind the leaders. Then Polythene Pam fourth on the outside. After that comes Mbea. Take Another Card has 7 lengths to make up. Then Hey Little Lady to her outside. Lila down toward the rail, followed by Resolve and Cat the Confidant.
Slower second quarter.
7.5 was the half mile for Ribbons, who has led throughout and heads for
24
the
second second quarter.
ahead of Tigerish in second. The Mizzen Queen is third.
It should
just in
win
behind the
easy.
leaders, going well enough. A length and a half to Polythene Pam, fourth on the outside. Behind them, Mbea still with 4 lengths to gain as they come to the top of the stretch. Mirko Demora looking for another win here on Ribbons. They turn for home with a 2-length lead. The Mizzen Queen is angled to the outside. Mbea is running a big one.
Wow.
She's splitting horses. She's
No
got
excuse
run.
here.
And here comes Mbea to the outside.
Is that you?
Ribbons.
Yeah.
Mbea and Ribbons will decide it. Mbea outside, Ribbons inside. It's going to be Ribbons.
Yes, and I won the trifecta.
Ah,
I hit the trifecta 10 times.
that horse hopped at the start. You had to
Nice
rush in
exacta,
there.
too. Nice exacta, Marco.
Did you play it?
Leonard Powell and
No, but I threw them I hit the try 10 times.
Another win on this
Oh,
card.
nice.
Expertly executed ride,
Yeah.
gate to wire.
Yeah, beautiful ride on the front end.
I
here.
thought I was
You
gonna
some very
get
comfortable
up there for a
fractions
second,
with
but I'm
Ribbons.
glad
Out on the
I
early
didn't
lead
really.
there. You had a couple of horses
I didn't have any
challenge late.
skin in the game. I
Credit
didn't
to
Well,
know.
look,
out of the starting gate a little awkwardly.
picking
hopped
your
away from there,
horse
but
was
shuffled
hard
back.
in that
Quickly
race.
was able to make up
Picking the
position,
one to
but
win
then a
was
little
not
key
hard.
down the back stretch. She switched up second here.
I
at
just
5-1.
I figured that would
The
happen,
two-horse
obviously,
checking in
but
third.
man,
Ribbons
your horse
strong
ran
on the front
huge.
end, and she should have been
Fucker
after
got
those
bumped too
fractions
and hopped
in the
out of
early
the gate.
stages. Jumps leads a few times, but DeMuro keeps her very focused in the late stages here, and she's able to hold off the Augustin Stables runner by about a head across the wire.
And as we mentioned, the one ribbons was not covered in the pick six. A number of you will be staying through the weekend. Obviously,
how is the one not covered in a pick six?
Tomorrow, championship Saturday, but then
there's no fucking way.
That will fall under the Bing Crosby season.
That doesn't make sense to me.
We'll have
with the way the pace.
$28,807.
Well, it was 5-1, but
the day after,
you look at the pace of the race. I don't know how you don't have this horse in there.
And while
wow, look how close that was. Damn.
Well, that's one of the reasons I tipped the 3. It was supposed to be a little. I mean,
what a day he has on this Thursday.
Usually close.
Bing Crosby season.
To get the first run, but it broke bad the 3.
Bobby Jackson. Yeah, we made some money there.
5-1 over 6-1 over 6-1 over 7-1. Waiting for these prices to come in on the Players Show with a reminder that tomorrow we got you covered all.
Let's see what this pays. We'll talk about the Classic.
Friday, 5 Breeders' Cup Championship races. It is a 10-race card overall. Race number 1.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
11:35 a.m.
I got some more real estate stuff I got to do tomorrow.
Pacific time, and then your first Breeders' Cup race will come up tomorrow in race number 6. It will be the Breeders' Cup.
I'll be flying out Saturday.
The start of an all Breeders' Cup late pick 5. You got
come up there.
Oh, you're flying. You guys are all flying.
We're flying, yeah.
Okay.
Young horses on the card.
Quick trip. I don't want to do that car back to back. Just come up there and drive back.
Yeah.
I'll do that to Dallas, but
I think if you really start to think about the juvenile,
not to Chicago.
fillies and the promise of horses that can be accomplished at 2 and maybe moving on to the Kentucky.
I think I'm coming up for Christmas, but I'll drive then since I'm going to stay for a while.
But I think there's some nice turf sprinters in there in the juvenile division. I thought Cypher
yeah,
was
I'm excited for Sunday.
There's quite a few superstars, future stars that I'm looking.
It's going to be interesting. Too bad we didn't get Midnight Special across the.
Yeah, that one was. That would have been huge.
I just want to do the impersonation. Waiting for prices to come in on this Thursday card, but Christina and I will be back with you tomorrow. Full complement of our staff giving you all the latest information. We're going to have observations from the paddock. We're also going to have tickets for you. We got you covered on the Players Show. So if you're looking for a corroborating opinion or maybe an opposing opinion, we'll have all of that for you tomorrow. It is a day not to be missed. And again, first post time is at 11:35 a.m. Pacific time. The start of this fantastic 2 days of racing. The Breeders' Cup World Thoroughbred Championships back here at Del Mar. And as you said, Mirko DeMuro is going to have a couple of chances.
That guy hit the lead pick 3, bro.
But he took advantage of all his chances.
Did you?
Here, and they have gone
no, that guy, the jockey.
Don't forget about that pick carry.
Oh, 3 in a row?
Into Sunday, this was opening day of the Bing Crosby season.
More. Oh yeah, he did. He won. I actually kind of liked his last. When he
Mirko. His name is Mirko.
That's it.
Was this guy Italian or something? I don't even know.
He was on that 10-1 shot. Was it last race? That horse didn't look bad after just missing into that allowance.
Simon, please get out to valet. I'm Todd Schrupp. Until next time, may all your photo finishes.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's look at the Classic, Marco.
Well, when you called me earlier, I told you who I liked without you telling me.
Well, yeah. We're going to be on the same horse. All right, so the payouts in that race, $864.20. What did the try pay? 339 bucks. I'll take it. Whatever. All right. So the Classic, a cool thing about Fierceness is this horse loves Del Mar. It's going to get nice position there on the inside from the one hole. And of course, that you don't have to worry about sovereignty. He's out. You know that, right? Or have you been that far out of?
I did not know that.
Are you serious?
Nope.
It was all over the group Lone Speed group text like 3 days ago.
Oh man, we had Slava and all this stuff. It was just
yeah,
I was
he's
cooking.
out,
I was cooking pigs and you know
he's out.
Good.
So what else? So anyway, I like fierceness.
I like two horses.
Anyway,
really.
Forever Young. I've always been a big fan. I've always been a big fan of. Let me tell these people. I'll call them back. I've always been a big fan of Baeza, but he's always been a step below both journalism and sovereignty. Yeah, he won his last race, but I can't endorse him in the Classic. Forever Young was my Kentucky Derby pick last year. And I felt that the connections should have filed an objection that day, but they didn't. Ran really well in the Classic last year, and he's had a great campaign this year. And, won the Saudi Cup, ran third in the Dubai World Cup, got a nice prep in after those races. And I don't know, I'll take 6-1 on this horse. I really like Forever Young, and I know you like him too.
Yeah, I just he just looks like he's just. I mean, he's solid. He's a solid horse, obviously.
Well, I told you about the Japanese contingent. The breeding program. They're just knocking on the door at all these races, all these horses. He's not going to be 6-1. That's going to be my top pick. Never runs a bad race. Is always there. Will be there. And, you got to beat Fierceness, I think. I think Fierceness is the main competition. Just based off of that last race here at Del Mar. It likes it here. Journalism is a neat horse, but Journalism has shown time and time again that he can't beat some of the better ones. And in Mind Frame, I think Justin Dew said Mind Frame's going to win. So whatever that means. Lost Rider last time, whatever. Whatever. I don't know. I can't. Mind Frame's a nice horse. But I think it's all about Forever Young and the fierceness on the inside.
I like Sierra Leone a little bit here too.
Well, I've always been against this horse. I don't know why, and it always runs a huge race. Defending champion. Who's won two in a row? Cigar couldn't do it. Curlin couldn't do it. Tiz Now did it. Won 2 in a row. It's hard. I mean, to win 2 in a row is tough.
I think the horse will be fresh.
Well, it dominated here last year. I mean, it likes the track. And look at the race last year. Sierra Leone over Fierceness, over Forever Young. I think you're going to see that in reverse. Forever Young, Fierceness, Sierra Leone.
You could.
That's what I'm predicting. I think those are your three. But I'm just against Sierra Leone this time around, which means he might win. Now, Justin Dew said he liked Mind Frame. I have no idea what Dylan likes, and Frank, I mean, those guys are in the tournament down there. They're going to be winging, $100 trifectas and shit, so. Let's watch a replay of that race last year. I think you're going to see the same race except reverse order.
The last to load is next. They're all in line. We are ready for the start. They're off. In the Breeders' Cup Classic, City of Troy broke near the back of the pack. Arthur's Ride out for the lead. Fierceness is away well. Outside of them, it's Newgate. Derma Sotagake is right there to their inside. And inside of them, Mixto, Highland Falls, and Forever Young along the rail. So as they pass by the stands for the first time, it is Derma Sotagake the leader, with Mixto running along in second. Forever Young is third, and will have the rail as they race into that turn. Derma Sotagake on top. Now Fierceness has moved up into contention now. He's second on the outside. Then Forever Young, Mixto, and Arthur's Ride. 22.43 was a sharp opening quarter mile. Newgate is 5 lengths off the lead. Then Highland Falls, a big separation to Pyrenees, and next another gap back to Sierra Leone. City of Troy near the back of the pack with Senor Buscador, and then Tapatrais and Ushpa Tesoro. Oh, the half was 44.96 seconds. So up the backstretch they go. Derma Sotagake in front, with Fierceness a length behind. Then Forever Young and Arthur's Ride. Newgate is 5th outside of horses. Mixto being ridden to keep up. So too Highland Falls.
That Fierceness ran a huge race last year.
And Senor Buscador. City of Troy is being motivated near the back of the pack. He has not been involved so far. Around the far turn, Fierceness. Fierceness has taken over the lead. Newgate on the attack. Sierra Leone is revving up on the far outside with a burst toward the front runners as they come to the top of the stretch. And they're into the stretch. And Sierra Leone has circled up on the outside to take the lead. Fierceness battles on second. Newgate behind them. Forever Young on the far outside. Sierra Leone. Fierceness digs in. Newgate. Forever Young, Sierra Leone close to home. Sierra Leone does it in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Fierceness was second, Forever Young was third, Newgate fourth.
After watching that race,
Senor Buscador, today was the day that he got it done. It was Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone had everything set up perfectly that day. I don't think you're going to see 44 and change in this race.
Well, you might.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I was glad Sierra Leone won that last year though over Fierceness. I'm not a fan of Fierceness. I'm not a.
Well, he likes the track. That race is eye popping. That's a really good defeat. And the Pacific Classic was really strong.
But yeah, I could see them three being players again.
What I would probably do is throw out Sierra Leone and add Baeza.
There ain't no way I'm throwing out Sierra Leone in this race.
All right.
No way. If anything, I'll just add a horse and pay more money for it.
Okay. Mind frame. Oh yeah, Mind frame. Did beat Banishing in that Churchill Downs grade 1. Well, that's it, Marco. Forever Young for me. Are you going to go with Forever Young or Sierra Leone? Huh?
No, Danny just called. I got to call him back.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that's that.
Forever Young with you too?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Forever Young.
All right, guys. Well, enjoyed the Breeders' Cup. We have a lot of horses running on Sunday, 5. If you guys want to join my subscription or take a look at my website, I'll put it in the description, and then you guys can get the picks. But we have 5 horses running at Hawthorne on Sunday. For the Breeders' Cup, good luck. I hope you guys cash some tickets, and I'll see you next time.
All right, later.
All right, later, Marco.